Welcome to New Fragrance Review. Today, we're going to talk about why are fragrance so expensive. So if you go in a discounter, you'll see that fragrance price fluctuate. They both fluctuate over time and over popularity of a given fragrance. A good example for that, it's Tobacco Reserve by Aramis. That was about a year ago, $20 at Fragrance Buy, and that went up to like $55. And the reason was that at first no one really knew about it, and then it just became ultra popular and the price just got up. Also, if you look at this time of the year, it's starting a little bit to get hotter. People want to go out a little, they shop a bit more for perfume. So right now the price of perfume is getting a bit higher in this counter. But I'm not necessarily talking about discounter price, but really retail price. Why is retail price so expensive? And something you will see is that there will not have any fluctuation like this. Retail, like discounter, they buy a perfume and they want to sell it, and they don't care what price they sell it as long as they make money. And it's offer and demand. This is how it works, but it's not at all how it works with most of the stuff that we're buying in reality, and especially not with fragrance, which is a luxury. Even if we want to see this as a necessity, it is a luxury. So everything that's in the luxury field, the price is not with supply and demand, it's something else. And if you see fragrance as a luxury, if you see it as a necessity, you'll see that there's a lot of fragrance that show themselves as something that is a necessity, and they will give a good price, a better price, or better price, cheaper price. So the first thing that you probably already know is that when you're buying a perfume, you're not just buying like some liquid that smells good. There's some art behind it. There's some work behind it. And as any other field, when you're buying something, there's the expertise behind it that you're buying, also that you're paying for. And that could explain part of why fragrances are expensive, especially in niche perfumery, because they want to show themselves in more artistic way. Also, something that most people, they don't recognize in the fragrance world, and it's crazy because in the clothing world it's obvious. It's that when you're buying a perfume, you're not paying the perfume, you're paying the name of the perfume. If you're buying a perfume by Tom Ford, the reason it's expensive, it's because it's a Tom Ford. Tom Ford clothes are expensive, everything Tom Ford is expensive. And one of the reasons is because it's Tom Ford, it's prestigious, and it wants to show itself as prestigious. Versus if you go with another brand, Hugo Boss, the clothes will be more affordable, and the fragrance too will be more affordable. And if you go with even lower quality clothes and fragrance, if you look at Zara fragrances are really cheap, and the clothes is really cheap because this is the place they're taking in the market. Another thing that people, they don't really realize is that a bottle of perfume, it's not only the bottle of perfume. Yes, there's the liquid, yes, there's the bottle, yes, there's the box, but there's more than that. That perfume that I have in my hand, well, the company made it, and there's all the people that work in that company that made it that have to be paid. Then there's someone that took that bottle and that brought him to a warehouse somewhere, and that warehouse is a distributor, and that person had to be paid somehow. Of course, it's not like one person that brought one bottle, it's a bunch of bottles, so the price is really small on it. But all those things matter. And then if you look at the distributor, he want to make money selling those bottle of perfume, so he takes profit on it. If you look at the store also want to have profit on it. He has employees to pay, he has bills to pay, and all in those places they have stuff to pay. Also, for perfume to sell, they need to have like people say that it's good. They need to have maybe salespeople getting paid to do advertisement. There's that whole world behind it. So when you're buying a bottle of perfume, you're not just paying for the bottle of perfume. Part of the price goes to the people that makes it, to the employees, to the entrepreneur that own the warehouse or the store where you buy it. There's all that behind that is still there in the price. And if a company is a big company, it can afford to have a lower price, like a bit lower price, because it will sell more perfume, versus if it's a small company, it needs to have a higher price to be able to make money and still do those things, the marketing, commission, sales commission, transport, and everything. Another thing, it's perfume, it's part of the fashion industry, and fashion industry is one of the industry with the luxury industry, which it's another part of. Those two industries are the two industries with the highest profit per sale. So if, I don't know for a discounter how it works, but a store, if they will have that bottle, they expect to make at least half of the price they sell it in their pocket. And it's the same for clothes. If you're buying clothes in any store, maybe not, those places where you buy used clothes and everything, but even those places where you buy used clothes, if you go in a store, you buy clothes, like a shirt, for example, half the price, it's profit to the store that buys it. Or it's not necessarily profit, because some of that profit will be used for other stuff, but half the price is cash that goes to that company. And it's the same for perfume. When you're buying a perfume, a lot of the price goes to the store where you're buying it. And another thing is also that there's a price strategy behind it. The more expensive a perfume will be, the more you'll believe it to be a good quality, and the cheaper it will be, the more you'll believe it to be a bad quality. Tom Ford is a good example of that. Its price is really high, and you expect what Tom Ford does to be good quality. And there's a lot of people that say it's not. But in the mainstream idea of Tom Ford made good quality. And the reason it's not the quality, but the price. Another good example, it's Roja Parfum, or Roja Parfum, I don't know exactly how it's pronounced, but those perfume are extremely expensive, and it's only a marketing strategy. I never really tried those perfume. I can assume that they're at least really good because they're extremely expensive, but there's nothing special about this perfume that will make them more expensive than, let's say, Creed or Parfum de Marly or Tom Ford. There's nothing that will make them more expensive other than the fact that it has to be the most expensive brand. And when it's expensive, there's exclusivity, there's people that will want to buy it, people will assume that it's better just for the price, and there's a whole strategy with the price. It doesn't have to be like the most expensive it is, the more people will buy it, because at some point people won't be able to afford it. There's the other route you can take, that the cheapest it is, easier it will be for people to buy it, and they will just buy it because they're there in the store. Like Zara, what they do with their perfume is extremely cheap, because they know that people will go to the cash register, it's right next to there, and you're just gonna buy a perfume to add to the couple of clothes you're buying. So there's the whole marketing strategy behind it, and the price is actually a marketing strategy also. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If it's the case, we'll like and share. If there's anything you want to add to what I say or anything you disagree, write in the comment. I'll be really happy to hear from you. So, thanks for watching. See you soon.